98.5 KRZ welcomes Louis Tomlinson to the KRZ Spotlight Lounge, presented by Performance Kia. Now, here's Lissa with Louis.
Hello, thanks for having me. How are you doing?
Oh, it's our pleasure, truly, right, you guys? Wow, so these fan questions, I have to hand it to you guys. I've done a lot of these. They're not always 10s, but you got some great questions. So I'm going to get right to the meat because I know you want to take photos with everybody because you're very sweet, but you do have a heart out as well. So, first question, and it was asked by a couple different people. So, Ashley, I'm going to start with your question. What is your favorite TV show or movie or like comfort show? Are you a binger?
I do watch a lot of Netflix. What's the latest thing that I've seen? Did you know they made a film that was meant to be after Breaking Bad? Anyone seen this? It's like yes, yeah. I only watched that like last week. That was pretty decent, to be fair. Don't remember what it was called.
Okay, but highly recommended. So you're not so much a show.
She knows.
You know. All right.
Say again. Maybe it rings. Is that right? Okay, there you go. Well, at least we've cleared that up.
I love it. I was going to Google it. Thank you. Abby would like to know, what song from Faith in the Future are you most excited to perform live, which goes hand in hand with Elizabeth's great question, what's one song that will be on the set list every tour you do? You may answer them separately or together.
Probably there's a song called Silver Tongues that from the minute we'd finished writing it, it just felt... I mean, most of this album has been written with the live show in mind, but that is one song in particular that I'm personally really excited to perform. It's just got natural great energy, so I think that'll be a good one. I think that answered both of them.
It did, adequately.
Nice
right?
top, love. I like that.
Aww. Will you live that moment forever in your mind every night when you go to sleep? He said he liked my t-shirt. I know, I would too. Gabby would like to know, what has been the most challenging part about making this new album?
I'd say the first album was probably more challenging. I suppose the first challenge that I had making this record was I imagined that I would have had a full tour under my belt before I started writing this record. Obviously that didn't happen. So at first that was challenging, but actually it gave me more time to be able to have a bit more clarity in my head, a bit more time on my own to think about exactly what I wanted. So, yeah.
I feel like this album is you. As in, if someone asked me, Alyssa, describe your friend Louis, because in my fantasy we're friends, in music, I would hand him this album. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, definitely. I think it just took me a bit of working out on the first record in terms of exactly who I am as an artist, but I think this second record is a much better advert for me as an artist, I'd say so. I sound tired, don't I? I am.
You sound perfect. We'll bring all the hype. You're perfect. You're perfect. Cindy would like to know, and this is a great question. Cindy, where are you? I feel this too. With your enormous level of fame, how do you not let rumors or things that people write about you affect you?
There's just been so many over years. There's so much.
It just rolls off? You just like add it to the pile?
Yeah, it's one of them. You can't really pay attention to any of that, otherwise it will get too much. But yeah, it just is what it is. I've always
such a good attitude. I'm not famous, so how can I get that attitude? It is what it is, right? It's perfect. Oh my goodness. And Isabella, I'm going to ask your question, and then we need to hear your single because I feel like we all need to rock out to your music a little bit too. Isabella would like to know, what are some tips or advice that you may have for someone like her planning to go into music, the industry, when they get older?
Where's Isabella? You're right, love. I would say just trust your gut. Try and be really honest with yourself and think about who you want to be musically. And just trust your gut, because there's a lot of different opinions, but actually no one knows you better than yourself. Pretty profound, eh?
Was that accidentally profound?
Yeah, it was actually,
amazing.
Yeah.
Jeez, will you be my therapist? Let's take a quick break and listen to his track together and like feel the music in the moment, and then we'll come back with more questions for Louis. You guys are amazing. Let's do it.
Back to the KRZ Spotlight Lounge with Louis Tomlinson, presented by Performance Kia on 98.5 KRZ.
Louis Tomlinson, KRZ family. What's up? Woo! It is Louis land. It is Tomlinson town. Here we go. Your questions for Louie, and they're very good. Thank you again so much. So we're going to continue with Jasmine. I thought your question was intriguing.
Hello.
She would like to know, what accomplishments are you most proud of?
It's pretty cliche, but I'd say this record, I'd say this album, it's taken quite a lot from me in terms of to get to this point. And I'm just immensely proud that I've made a record that I'm so proud of. So, yeah, I'd say a combination of the tour I've just done and this album.
Not cliche, perfect answer, right? Give it up. Come on. That's perfect.
Thank you, guys.
The lovely Jordan would like to know, so many fans resonate with your story and sort of their own story when they meet you. So when people tell you their own stories, how does it not get too emotionally overwhelming?
Good question. At times, there's definitely been times where it can get a little bit overwhelming, but I'm not gonna lie, I like that people feel confident enough to share those stories with me, definitely. So, yeah, sometimes it gets overwhelming, but I suppose that's just part of the job, really.
You enjoy connecting with people, and you can tell that about you.
Definitely. It's important to me, and especially important to my relationship with the fans. I feel like we've done that forever, so
yes.
That is important.
Does it ever surprise you what people take away from your songs? Maybe you wrote it with one intention, and then what they took away was something completely different but beautiful.
Yeah, well, I actually don't really want to talk about what these songs are about really too much on this record for that exact reason, because I don't want to, people draw their own conclusions, and once we finish writing the song, it's kind of open to interpretation then. So I think I'd rather people come to those conclusions on their own.
I love that. Is he awesome or what? Come on. All right, Corey would like to know, your song, Only the Brave, has become basically an anthem for your queer fans. How does it feel to offer that kind of support to those who are struggling to be authentically themselves?
Yeah, well, I actually wasn't aware that that's what the song, the meaning that it had taken on, but actually I did it was like a charity breakfast a couple of years ago now, and one of my fans actually mentioned that to me. I had no idea at the time, but yeah, an amazing feeling.
It's pretty powerful. I would have a hard time not crying in that moment, being like, that's great. Oh my gosh. Jillian would like to know, other than the music, what part of your job, which is very unique, being in the spotlight, do you actually enjoy a lot?
Other than the music?
Yes.
What part? It's mostly music. Like
I hear that. Us too. We love your music. I hear it. But there's got to be other parts that are sneaky fun.
I'd say the traveling, like it's tiring, but it's amazing getting seen this many different places. I never thought as a young lad that I'd go to so many different countries, cities. So
on that note, Iceland, the video, how was that? Amazing
and really, really beautiful place. It was important for the kind of size of the look of the first single. It's got that big soaring chorus. I wanted to have something with scale and size. And Iceland, everywhere you look, it's an incredible looking place. So it was a bit of a no-brainer to do it there.
You've been there before, though, no?
I have, I think, but yeah, I have.
It's gorgeous, though. Yeah,
it is.
Abigail would like to know, what is your favorite lyric, or even a piece of a lyric that really resonates with you, and you're like, yeah, I did a good job with that lyric, like really clever?
That's a tough question. Probably I don't want to spoil any of the new lyrics that you've not heard, but I like the way it lands on All These Voices, All These Choices on Bigger Than Me.
Can I get an amen from the congregation? Yes! And Tracy, I adore your question. Tracy, where are you? You're a gem. If you had theme music that when you walk into every room, your song played and like announced that you are coming into this room, what would it be?
What, like not one of mine?
Not one of yours. That's the trick. That's the hard part.
I've got no idea.
Really?
I've got no idea.
What would you pick for him, Tracy?
I didn't think that far.
You didn't think that far ahead. That's understandable. It's understandable. That's all right.
It's almost like it'd be a boxing walkout, isn't it? A little bit like that. Maybe like Teddy Picker's Arctic Monkeys.
Hey, good answer. Okay, I do have to cut it soon because we have to do photos, but if I may ask one question from me as a fellow musician, I love your Away From Home festival.
Thank you.
And I love that you give a voice to a lot of indie bands and a lot of up-and-comers. If I could be on it just once. No, I'm kidding. You're going to make it a yearly thing, right? And how did that inception of that idea begin?
Well, it was actually during lockdown. It's an idea I've had for a while that I wanted to. The first one was free. I wanted to put on a free gig and basically just say thank you to the incredible support I've had from the fans over the years. And it felt appropriate, you know, given what happened with lockdown, etc. And then it was such a success, the first one, that we were like, well, maybe we can do this annually. And we just did the last one in Spain. Who just told me that then? Yeah, nice one. Nice one. I was racking my brain even though I know.
I got you.
Yeah, I like you. And honestly, the from where we started on the first year to even on the second year already, it's had so much growth. It's something that I'm immensely proud of. And it's important to me to give these opportunities to bands that I like and bands on the way up, definitely.
You should be proud of that. It's got to be so gratifying to see. Last weird question from me, and then we'll do photos. I, in addition to music, have comedy as my other passion. What makes Louis laugh? And I'm not talking like giggle. What makes you belly laugh? You can hardly contain yourself. Is it a person? Is it a movie? Is it a prank?
When I'm in America, I spend a lot of time watching That Ridiculousness. Oh, you know that show?
Lordy.
I kind of like seeing people fail. It's kind of pretty funny in terms of comedy.
Why is that so delicious to watch?
It really is.
We're not right in the head, Louis.
No.
It's not right. All right, you have been amazing. You guys need some photos with him, yes? Give it up, Louis Tomlinson.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
God's blessings on this album. You're incredible. Thank you, KRZ family. We're going to do some pics now.
Nice one.